Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So here today we are going to be looking at synthetic division. So how do you go about synthetic division? Let's say you have a question that is looking like. So let's say we are required to find the quotient. So the quotient is simply the number that we get after we divide, and also we are required, let's say, to find the remainder. So how do we use the synthetic division? So this is how we do it. So we are going to draw something that looks like this. Then here what we are going to put is, we are going to look at our highest power. It's x to the power 3. So we are going to put x to the power 3, reducing x to the power 2, x to the power 1, then x to the power 0, like that. Then what we are going to have is, we are going to do this. Then get your divisor, so the one you're dividing into another, that's your divisor, and equate it to 0. So you are going to get x minus 2 should be equal to 0. Then you are going to have your x should be equal to you are going to have your 2. So you are going to put here, you are going to put 2. Then from there, put the coefficients. So as you can see, 6. So the coefficient of x to the power 3, that's 6. The coefficient of x to the power 2, that's negative 19. The coefficient of x to the power 1, that's 16. The coefficient of the number without x, that is x to the power 0, that is your negative 6, like that. Then all you have to do is, you're going to drop this 6, then you're going to multiply 2 times your 6. You're going to get a 12 there. You add, so you're going to add negative 19 plus 12. This will give you a negative 7, like that. Then multiply now 2 times 7. This will give you a negative 14. Then add 16 plus negative 14, that's the same as 16, just having minus, which will give you a 2. So we are going to have a positive 2. Then multiply 2 times 2. This will give you a positive 4. Negative 6 plus 4. This will give you a negative 6, like that. So now, the last number that you have here, this one, you are going to say that that's your remainder. Then whatever you have here, that is your quotient. So now, since your equation was to the power 3, so whatever you have here, you will just reduce it by the power 1. So this will be your 6x to the power 2 minus 7x. Then you have plus a 2, like that. So just reduce. So this one will be to the power 2, power 1, power 0, like that. So the remainder is 2. So let's just express it in form of the division algorithm. So the division algorithm form requires you to write your divisor, which is the number you divided into, your quotient, which is the result, then you just add plus the remainder. So now you can just link this to the alphabet. Divisor, D comes before Q, so you attach the first 2 letters, which are your divisor, your quotient, then just add the last. You can tell that your R comes at the end. So now your divisor is the one that you are dividing. So for the equation that was saying that 6x, so this should be equal to the divisor, the number we were dividing into, which was our x minus 2, then the quotient, which is the result, so our 6x minus 7x, then we have plus 2, then we add plus our remainder. So due to space, we have just put it here, so you can just write it there. Then we have plus our remainder. So our remainder is found to be a 2. Is it 2 or negative 2? So we have a remainder of negative 2. So we are going to write our remainder to be negative 2, like that. Let's say we have this one. So we are going to do the same. Let's draw our synthetic division. We are going to have our highest power is 4. So we are going to put our x to the power of 4. Then we move on to x to the power 3, x to the power of 2, x to the power 1, and x to the power of 0. Then put the coefficients. So here we have a 3, here we have a 5, here we have a negative 29, here we have a negative 45. Then last we have our 14. Get the one dividing. So we have our x minus 3 equated to 0. So your x is equal to 3 if you take it that side. So you are going to put x is equal to 3 there. So we are going to put our 3 here. Then what you are going to do is that you are going to drop the 3. So here we are multiplying. So multiply, add. So we are going to have a 3 here. So 3 times 3, this will give us a 9. Then we add 9 plus 5, this will give us a 14. From there, multiply 3 times 14, this will give us a value that is equivalent to 14 times 3. This will be 2 remainder 1, 2 remainder 1. Then we are going to have 3 plus that, we are going to have a 42. So we write a 42, add. So we have a 42 plus negative 29. So we are going to have 3 here, 42. We are remaining with a 13. So we are going to write a 13. Multiply 3 times 13. This will give us a value that is equivalent to 9 3. So we are going to have a 39. So when you add a negative 49 plus 39, this will give us negative 49 negative 45 plus 39. This will give you a value that is equivalent to a 6, negative for that matter. So we are going to get a negative 6. Then from here, multiply. We are going to get a 3 times negative 6. This will give us a negative 18 like that. Then add 14 minus 18. This will give us a negative 4. So we are going to put a negative 4 like that. So this is our remainder. So whatever is the last value, that's your remainder like that. So we are going to write now the division algorithm. So for whatever equation that we have, it should be equal to dx times our qx. Then we have plus our remainder. So our divisor was our x minus 3. Then the quotient is the result. So we are going to write this 3. Since the highest power was 4, it will reduce by 1. So we are going to have that. Then we have plus 14x to the power of 2. Then we have plus our 13x. Then we have minus our 6 like that. Then this add plus the remainder, plus our remainder. So our remainder is equal to a negative 4. So we can just write a negative 4 like that. So this is our remainder. So it's expressed in the division algorithm. So all you have to do is that it's just due to space. So this equation, you write as we wrote, you write it here, should be equal to this. Let's look at our next question. Let's say we have this one. So what we are going to do is that let's draw that. So the highest power is 4. So we are going to have x to the power 4, x to the power 3, x to the power 2, x to the power 1. Then finally we are going to have our x to the power of 0. So we are going to write, so our divisor is x plus 2. So we are going to say x plus 2 should be equal to 0. So we take the 2 this side. We are going to have x is equal to negative 2 there. So we are going to put our negative 2 here. So here it's multiply. Then here it is to add. Then the coefficient of x to the power 4 is 1. So we are going to put 1. We have no x to the power 3. So we are going to put 0, 0. We don't also have x to the power 1. We are going to put 0 until we reach the last value, where we are going to put our 16 there. Then from there, all we have to do is just do our synthetic division. So what we are going to have is this. So we drop the 1. Then negative 2 times 1, it will give us negative 2. From here it's 0 plus negative 2. We are going to have a negative 2 like that. Then multiply negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 will give you a positive value. Negative times negative is positive. So positive 4. So we are going to write a positive 4. Then from here add 0 plus 4. This will give you 4. Multiply negative 2 times 4. This will give you negative 8. From here add this times this. It will give you a negative 8. then multiply negative 2 times negative 8, it will give you a positive 16. Then 16 plus 16, it will give you a 32. So whatever is the last number, that is your remainder. So that means to say you have found your remainder to be equal to a 32. So therefore, this expressed in form of the division algorithm. So we have x to the power 4. Then we have plus our 16 should be equal to our divisor, divisor, which is the one dividing, qx. Then we have plus the remainder, like that. So our d is equal to the one dividing, we were using our x plus our 2, like that. So then we have our quotient, which is our result. So we have x to the power of, since the highest power was 4, so it will reduce. Then we have minus our 2x squared. Then we have plus our 4x. Then we have minus 8, like that. Then write your remainder, which is a 32. So that is how we do the synthetic division. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you would like, subscribe, and share for more. See you in the next tutorial.